Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, Imani Bailey, and today we're going to be doing something so special. So if you didn't already, go ahead and subscribe. If you are new, welcome to the family. Click the subscribe button. It's totally free. So this is episode 1 of corporate development. And today we're going to be talking about nothing but the most important thing, basically, in the corporate world, and that is a resume. So I'm going to have, of course, 2 different videos for a resume, but this is going to be the introduction. Depending on what you're going to school for, you're going to have a different type of resume. And as well as when you graduate from school, you're going to have to switch your resume up. Now, this resume video is mainly for people who are currently in school or just graduated. When I mean like just graduated, I mean like it's only your first day out, okay? Oh, okay, like a couple months out. But these are really for the people who are in school or who have just graduated not too long ago. Now, you're going to have 2 types of resumes that you do see. I am a business major. Oh my gosh, I was a business major. And my major was marketing. And we all know marketing is such a huge major. You can go into different things with marketing. So, step number 1 of making the perfect resume is to know what type of resume do you require? What type of resume does your field require you to have? There is the traditional resume that most of the people watching this video are going to need. A traditional resume that looks like such. I got my information on that, child. Traditional resume that looks like this, and as well as an infographic resume or creative style resume. Now, step number 1 is to figure out what type of resume you need. Depending on your major, what you're going to school for, what field you're going into, you're going to need either traditional black and white plain resume or a resume that shows off your style, your creative side. So people who are watching this video who are going into, let's say, like event planning or creative advertising or design or let's see, or like a video editing or anything on the creative side of marketing, as well as I'm a film minor, so the creative side of film, not like more on the analysis side, but like the creative side of film, the creative side of marketing. You're like an art major. Anything that is creative, you're going to need an infographic or a creative resume. Step number 2 of the perfect resume is finding the type of layout. Now, this is something that I really struggled with, the layout of my resume. And let me stress to you all, you are going to need, I want to say, my advice, we're going to pick 3 to 4 types of different people to look at your resume, okay? Before I even get into the layout and everything of your resume, you're going to need 3 or 4 people, different types of people to look at your resume. I had the first person who looked at my resume who actually fixed it was my friend. She's still my friend. She went to UGA. So she looked at my resume first. After that, I had my career advisor look at my resume. After that, the third and final person to really look at my resume was my professor. She really looked at my resume, and then no. So after I had my friend, my career advisor, and then I had a recruiter look at my resume, and then I also had my professor. My professor was the last one to lay eyes on my resume before this masterpiece was sent out, before I got the job of my dreams. Well, before I got my job, my post-graduation job. So that's my advice to you. Make sure that you have 4 people in mind that you want to look at your resume. First things first, do the resume all by yourself, then send it to that one person or sit down with that one person. You want to make sure that different types of people look at your resume, because different types of people look at different types of things. I know I'm trying to condense all of this video in a short time, but we can't rush perfection, okay? Beyonce was not built in a day. So, with that being said, the first part of your resume, it will be somewhere on this screen. The first part of your resume is going to, at the top, have your name. Now, you're going to have if you want to go for the same layout as mine, that's perfectly fine. There's no problem in that at all. So you're going to have your name, and your name is going to be the biggest thing on your resume, okay? Format and design, I guess design, format and sizing are like the most single-handedly important aspects of your resume, right next to spelling. Your name is going to be the biggest part of the resume. And then right under your name, my resume is up here, right under your name, you're going to have your LinkedIn, your profile, what is it? Damn it. Your LinkedIn. You're going to have your LinkedIn. You're going to have your LinkedIn as in the format of a URL. Because a lot of times, I mean, we are in a digital world. Companies are getting digital resumes. They're getting resumes handed in. And when you send your resume digitally, they'll be able to just go ahead, click on that hyperlink, and go to your LinkedIn. So right under your name, you're going to have your LinkedIn. Either to the left or right, it doesn't matter which side. One side you're going to have your student email, and the other side you're going to have your phone number. Your student email is very important. Make sure it's a student email in there. When you're in college applying for jobs, like, always have your student email. Always, always, always. Don't bring a Gmail. Don't bring a Yahoo. Always have your student email. And then with your phone number, always allow it to be a phone number that you know you're going to answer, okay? Don't be out here putting your home phone number on a resume, child, because people gonna call you. They're going to call you. After that, the first thing, I guess, after the whole introduction of who I am, my name, my LinkedIn, and my contact information, the first section is going to be your education. Now, my education, as you can tell on my resume, like, I have certain things bolded and I have certain things capitalized. My education is very important and you want that to be seen. Anything that's important, we're going to go ahead and bold on this resume. So the section called education is going to be bolded and capitalized, just like your school that you attend. So on my resume, as you can tell, it has Georgia State University. That is bolded and capitalized. Then I have a comma and I have the name of the business school. So I have J. Mac Robinson College of Business. That is bolded, but however you can see that it's not capitalized. The name of the business school is very important because depending on what school you go to, the business school holds weight. J. Mac Robinson College of Business holds weight, honey, and I want that on there. I want you to know where I come from, okay? And then after that, you're going to put the city and the state where your school is at. So you can see that mine says Atlanta, Georgia. That's not as important, but you still need it on there. So that's why that is not bolded at all. So you see, this is the formula throughout my entire resume. We got bolded, capitalized, which is hella important. Then we have bolded, which is, that's still important, sis. Then we have non-bolded, just regular degla. That's important. It's on there. I need you to see it, but it ain't all that. Following. Now, this is where we're going to drop down and basically showcase what you're in school for. Like, we can't just put the school, not put what you're in school for. Go ahead. I'm having a BBA in and I put BBA marketing major, film and media minor. Now, that is bolded and italicized. Follow the formula. This is very important because they want to look quick at the resume and say, I have my resume right here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking for. I'm putting it on the screen too, but I gotta see for it myself. People want to look at that. They want to look at that and see. So the next thing, you're gonna have bullets. I don't care what you got going on. You are going to put some bullets under this. This is what my professor said to me, basically, in terms. So you're gonna put your GPA. Your cumulative GPA out of 4.0. So if you have a 3.5, put 3.5/4.0. If you have a 3.0, put 3.0/4.0. If you do not have a 3.0, this is very important. If you do not have a 3.0, I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm sorry to you, child, but employers look for reasons to throw out your resume. They do. They're not looking, when people are looking to fill a position, they get so many resumes that they gotta eliminate stuff. Eliminate at all costs. I'm trying to make this easier for me. So you gotta make sure your format is on correct. You gotta make sure you have things that are buffer rooms to not just say, oh wow, they got a 2 point, let me just throw this out. So the most important thing is to get that GPA to a 3.0 at least. If you have a 2.8 watching this video, go ahead and put that you got a 3.0 because damn, it's damn near round up, okay? So then you see below on mine, it says Hope Scholar. If you have any type of scholarship, go ahead and put that down below. If you have Zell Miller, if you have Hope, if you're in a different state watching this, you're like, what the hell is she talking about? Just if you have any type of scholarship that is recognized, put that down below. People love to see scholarships. After that, I put, if you were ever on the dean's list, I created that as a bullet. So I have Dean's List in parentheses. I put how long I was on the Dean's List. So from fall 2015 to fall 2018, I was on the Dean's List. It doesn't have to be these 3 bullets right here, but if you have a 3.0 and above, make sure you have that bullet. If you have any type of scholarship, make sure you have that bullet. If you were on a Dean's List or President's List, make sure to showcase that as well. Now, a second part of my education you see down below, which is a conversation starter. If you have ever done a study abroad experience, i.e. or an exchange program, okay? Exchange program really trumps study abroad, because yeah, but if you did an exchange program, you need to put that on your resume. You don't have to put an entire section, but go ahead and put that on there, because 9 times out of 10, every interview that I've ever had with anyone, y'all, the first thing they asked about was this. So my skills comes after my, what's it called? My education. Is this my, I feel like, is this my updated resume? I think it is. Okay. Jesus. I edit my resume so many times that I can't remember if this is updated. So I have skills. Go ahead and put any type of skills. So I have technical skills, and then I have certifications. If you got any type of certification, especially with Google, like, y'all know those certifications are hard, okay? Those things are hard. Go ahead and put those down. So for like technical skills, now, don't just put Microsoft Office. Like, you need to put some type of above skill. If you could do pivot tables, put pivot tables. If you took some like advanced Excel class, you need to put that, okay? Don't just put Microsoft Office, PowerPoint. Like, we all got them skills, sis. We all got them skills. Then for certifications, if you don't have any certifications, Google has free certifications. Like, we're going to get into that in another video. However, I just listed all my certifications. You see Google Hours, Google Analytics, BB&T Emerging Leader certifications. Those are conversation starters as well. After that, I'm going to have my relevant coursework. You see all these things that I've named. I did not name experience yet. We're still in school. You want to highlight everything that you're doing, because people are out here in the workplace. They're getting stuff under their belt. One of the recruiters absolutely hated bullets. She was like, I look at a resume for 6 seconds, which is the average recruiter looks at a resume for 6 seconds. However, like, bullets on the eyes to see everything always constantly bulleted is really not good. Now, some people might say it is, but as you can see in my resume, I have little breaks to where some sections do not have bullets, and this is one, my relevant coursework. So right here is a very, very, very good place right here. Your relevant coursework is to where you can capitalize off of anything that you've done in school that was of like any type of relevance to your job. Always keep projects, always keep stuff like this. So right here I have Grady Hospital, I have Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, like a little, it could be like a sentence. So Children's Healthcare, for example, I have marketing analysis and strategic development. And then I have what I did, so as you can see right there. So always put, you know, what you did, you know, on the lines of, okay, the theme of it, and then what you did, and that relevant coursework. This is very, very, very important. The next thing, we have our experience. So our experience is going to follow that same format: bolded, not bolded, bolded and italicized. We're going to always put things that are relevant to what we're applying for. So depending on, like, I have a resume that is like showcases, but depending on what I'm applying for, I might change a couple of things, might add some things, might take away some things. So always put, you know, you don't have to have this much space on your resume, because I have a ton of, like, I honed in on what I was going to put on my resume. However, you can have 2 experiences or you can have 3 experiences. At least just have 1 experience. If you have 1 experience and that's all, that's okay. You can put more in your relevant coursework. It's like a give and take type of thing. So right here I have a management intern, I have a marketing intern, and then I have that I'm a YouTuber, beauty and lifestyle content creator, because that goes along with marketing. And that's a big thing. And one thing that I do want to point out, as you can, like, when you look at my resume and you look at my experience and you read within the description, I have numbers, okay? People love numbers. They love numbers because it makes it seem like you know what you're talking about. You actually did this. At the end of the day, people could lie on a whole resume, okay? We all seen that movie, Catch Me If You Can. I could lie on the whole resume and be like, I did this, this, that, and the other. But if I actually have numbers to back it up, it's like, oh, okay, wow, she actually did this. So with my YouTube, for example, I could go in the analytics part of my YouTube and watch. I can almost each description has a number. I'm not saying each bullet point, but each job has some type of number in it. We want to know, you know, jobs want to know how you did something, and they want to see something analytical, something that is some type of measurement on how you did it. And lastly, I have leadership and affiliate. This was a lot bigger when I didn't have any, like, when I didn't have that much experience in marketing. Like, I had serving jobs and stuff like that. I use server jobs, but I made my description tailored towards like a marketing type of thing. But I also put more of my leadership and affiliations right here, so we can showcase what the heck you've been doing on campus, okay? And if you haven't been doing nothing on campus, we gotta change that in another video. So we're gonna put down, like right now I have Bailey Lashes because that's my eyelash company. Yes, I'm still having 50% off sale. This is kickback, you know, inserts ad. Inserts ad. But I kind of just highlighted like the top 3 that I thought would be the best for my resume. So that is that's all my resume advice. Of course I'm gonna put my resume here. Also blur out, of course it's blurred out on some things, but I really want y'all to just focus on these descriptions. That's another thing. I had a very hard time on my descriptions on what I was doing. Go ahead and get your thesaurus, child. Get Google synonyms for certain things. You want really descriptive words. And one thing I do want to say is, if you're currently doing it, it needs to be present tense. If you're not doing it, it needs to be past tense. Everything needs to be in chronological order. So whatever you're doing first, that needs to be up top, and then everything else, all the dates need to be on the left hand side. You need to spell out the entire month and put the year. You don't have to have the day, so just August 2019 to December 2020 is perfectly fine. As far as fonts, always do, like, you could do Times New Roman, you could do Calibri. Don't do nothing crazy, okay? Don't do no crazy font or nothing. Let's stay away from the crazy fonts for a traditional resume. You can, if you want to, have your header like blue. Like, you could do a pop of color, but don't do nothing crazy. And like I said, I definitely would recommend, because when I had my 4 different people look at my resume, it drove me crazy, because one person was like, I like this, and then one person was like, but I like this. One person was like, I didn't like this, and one person was like, oh, I love this. So you just need to keep in mind, like, your resume is just like your personality. You will never please the masses, okay? You can never make everyone happy with your resume. But what you can do is be persistent. What you can do is have no grammatical errors, no spelling errors. Make sure you run it through Grammarly, and make sure you give and take. So I knew that one person who looked at my resume wanted all bullet points. One person who looked at my resume was like, I hate bullet points. So I kind of combined that. So you see some sections have bullets, some sections do not. For leadership and affiliations, this part is very, very important. Employers like to see that you are involved on campus when you're in school. They want to see what type of organizations you are in. If you're in a sorority, of course, that's an organization. I would say put that down, especially if you have a position. Now, if you're not doing nothing in that organization but strolling in your letters, child, don't put that thing on your resume, okay? AKA is on my resume because I was a public relations chairman. So that's marketing. That's marketing. So AKA is gonna be on my resume. I hope y'all found this video helpful. If you like this video, please thumbs up it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, concerns, comments. And like I always say, stay true to yourselves. Resume writing is very stressful, so please, 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 please just be patient. Have people look over it, run it through Grammarly, and you will be fine. I promise you, love. Bye.